Well, thank you. And good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, Dr. Avendano, VP Coy, faculty, staff, and other honored guests. It is a delight to stand with you today to celebrate your success. I would first like to give a quick shout out to Raven Layton and her mom, and Lucretia Ford Wilcox and her mom. I had the opportunity to meet these beautiful ladies as the two graduates came to pick up their graduation boxes at one of our graduation caravan events. Congratulations, ladies, and I told you I would shout you out at the graduation. Well, in 1999, Dr. Spencer Johnson authored a book that went on to become the national bestseller, the #1 national bestseller. The name of this book was Who Moved My Cheese? And in 2003, at the request of many, he published an illustrated version of this book entitled it Who Moved My Cheese? An amazing way to change and win. Both books were amazing. And if you don't mind, I would like to paraphrase or pull a few concepts from these books. See, the book was about 4 friends whose names were Sniff, Scurry, Him, and Ha. And the book highlighted the challenges they faced as life didn't quite work out as they expected, and they found themselves in a situation where they had to fight or find a new way to survive. So if you would allow me just for a few minutes, I would like to speak from this topic. Climb, maintain, succeed, repeat. So I'll say it again. Climb, maintain, succeed, repeat. Sniff, Scurry, Him, and Ha were like any other group of mice friends who happened to live in a maze. And in the small corner of the maze was a huge supply of their favorite food. Can you guess what it was? Cheese. Life was good, and they had everything they needed. They didn't worry about anything because there was always more than enough cheese. But like we all experienced in 2020, things changed overnight. And unexpectedly, their cheese supply was gone. It was as if they woke up one morning and realized this was not the life I had hoped for. This is not the life I wanted for myself. Life was not going according to plan. Something was missing. They were devastated and they were hungry for more. Him and Ha were shocked. They were angry. They pouted. They complained. They yelled out, "Who moved my cheese?" And they came up with every excuse and every reason as to why they should just sit in the corner and wait for someone to bring their cheese back. But I'll tell you something. They ate all their cheese. And ultimately, they had an idea for their lives, but they took no action to make that idea a reality. So what they found out that an idea without action is only a dream. So sadly, they just sat there and did nothing. But on the other hand, Sniff and Scurry, they were equally as shocked when they realized all the cheese was gone. But they knew deep down inside this day was coming. So even though they were nervous, even though they were a little scared, they still wanted something more of life, and they wanted more cheese. So they made a plan, and they took action. And they ventured further into the maze in search of more cheese. The story ends where Sniff and Scurry land on a better source of cheese, and Ha, one of the other 2 friends, caught up with them, and they lived happily ever after. We never found out what happened to the other friend. But of the 4 friends, my favorite character was Ha. Now, Dr. Avendano, you might ask, why was Ha your favorite? I liked Ha because he reminds me of a lot of the students I have met along the way. In fact, there are 4 reasons Ha reminds me of many of the 2021 graduates. See, Ha came to a crossroad in his life, and he had to make a difficult decision. And like many of you, the decision to come back to school was difficult. Family responsibilities, work obligations, the fear of failure almost crippled some. And it almost stopped you from taking this journey, but you had an idea and you made the decision to climb out of your present situation, climb out of your present circumstance, and reach for something higher. And guess what? You did it. You did it. You not only started the program, but today we recognize you for completing the program. So congratulations on your commitment to the climb. Maintain. Sniff and Scurry had the pleasure of running together. They did everything together. But him refused to join Ha, so Ha had to go all by himself. And there was a point in Ha's solo journey through the maze that he had to turn and just encourage himself. He had to develop the mental stamina and the fortitude. He had to know in his own heart, I can do this, and I can even do this by myself. He had to build up daily routines to search for new cheese. And doesn't that sound just like many of you? You had to develop schedules and routines and rituals so that you can get your family squared away. You can get your kids squared away just in time for you to log into class, for you to do your homework, for you to study, You had to develop a schedule and rituals and routines so that you could get to class on time. You could do your homework. You could log into IXL, TABE Academy, GED Academy, so that you could schedule all of your exams and answer all of those phone calls from your academic advisors. Don't you love them? Shout out to our academic advisors for continuing to support all of you and helping you get here today. But it took a lot for you to maintain your stamina and to stay focused and committed to your goals. But guess what? You did it. And now you're here. Now, we do understand it wasn't without personal sacrifices and challenges. We can ask 2021 graduates, Lacey Devane or Mr. Petrin Wilson, because despite homeschool demands, technology issues, family crises, they continue to maintain, and here we all are today. So let me be clear, we do understand it has not been easy. And like Ha, many of you had to leave some people behind. For Ha, he had to leave back his best friend because his best friend would rather sit and do nothing than to change. So Ha decided to move forward anyway. The reality is there will always be people sitting around telling you what you can and what you cannot do. And no matter how plain you make it, how many times you share your idea or your vision for your life, even those who you love dearly will refuse to understand. But like Ha, you learn to maintain anyway. So many of you have made this journey alone, and that's okay. Because guess what? You did it, and we're all here with you to celebrate. So let's recap. We must climb, we must maintain, and now succeed. In this story, Ha eventually catches up with Sniff and Scurry, and they find an abundance of cheese that tastes even better than the cheese they originally had. It was good. Success is good. Success is fun. Success smells good. So take this time, graduates, and enjoy this moment because they not only represent the completion of something great, but it also represents the beginning of new possibilities and new opportunities. So enjoy it. You've earned it. And this leads us to our fourth and last point, repeat. My critical question for you today is this. Class of 2021, what's next? You've already accomplished the hard part, and that was making the decision to climb, to get out of something that you're currently in and try something new. You've already developed the skills that you needed to attend class, to study. You've developed your growth mindset. You've learned to maintain. You've learned how to climb. You've learned how to maintain. You've learned what success looks like. By completing your program, you know that this can be done, and now I'm off to new things. So again, I ask you, what's next? Will you be like your fellow classmate, Guine Wine? She made a commitment to herself to complete her GED before a milestone birthday. She successfully passed the last portion of the GED on April 6th. On April 7th, she celebrated that milestone birthday. And on April 8th, she met with a college credit counselor. Isn't that awesome? Congratulations, Guine, you did it. Guine understood that an idea without a plan is only a dream. So what's next in your journey? What is your next plan? The adult education staff is here to help you. We have the support. Our advisors are here to help you make that transition to workforce or certificate programs or college credit. We even have scholarships available to assist you with that transition. So I would like to challenge you today. In the words of Diddy Combs, Diddy Puff Daddy, whatever you call him, he said, "Can't stop, won't stop." It's not over. And although you are now an adult high school or an adult education graduate, we are still here to help you. We are here to help you climb, maintain, succeed, repeat. So from the entire adult education team, college administration, and the Board of Trustees, we salute you. Congratulations, graduating class of 2021.